Welcome back to Scranton Flats. Tim Donovan here, Director of Ohio Canal Corridor, standing on the observation deck that protrudes into the river so people can get a little up close and intimate personal feeling, if you will, of the fish habitat that's being planted here. And that's the big story of today is how do you plant fish habitat in an urban river? In order to explain it, we've got a couple people to help us. We got Brandon from Independence Excavating who's going to share with us some of the modern technology being used to carefully place these little habitat pockets of aquatic planting throughout the marina area. And we have Jane Goodman from the Cuyahoga RAP who's going to give us in a little bit more detail what those plants are and how they're going to serve to actually help promote fish migrating up and down the Cuyahoga River as a part of the new Cuyahoga River. So thanks for joining us, and let's go meet our experts.
We're planting aquatic habitats today at the AOC project here in Cleveland. And we're the general contractor for the county. And a part of this job is actually establishing new fish habitats, and as a part of that, they're called for aquatic plant species to be put in the water. There's 12 different plant species that are being put in the water. The bags weigh about 75 to 85 pounds a piece, so the weight of the bag will anchor it into the mud that's there. They took them from a mature stock, so once they're in the water here, then they'll continue to root out, and the actual aquatics will continue to sprout up through the bag. Each stock contains about 3 plants, so there's about 12,000 aquatics. There's a drawing that actually shows their plant layout in the drawings. We took the drawing and then programmed it into the GPS unit, and that allows you to find the actual sock location. Each container has a letter attached to it in the field, and it's also in the drawing. So we just find an actual A located in the field. Once it's dropped, then you can check it off to know that you've already been there so you don't come back.
We're planting native plants here. Plants that would have been here in the water, in the wetland, and on the land when the settlers arrived. So in the water, we're putting things like pickerel weed and arum, which are the ones that come up and have an arrowhead shape. And there are lotus, and there are water lily. Most will be familiar plants to people who canoe the river, because they're the same plants that are up in the natural river. So these yellow pond lilies are what you think of when you think of a frog on a lily pad. They're the ones that spread their big, flat, round, fat leaves right at the surface of the water, and they send up a yellow flower. Right now, this is brown. It will eventually be green, and it will change over time. There will be shrubs, there will be flowers, and the more you come to visit during the changing seasons and are a part of seeing this change and grow into a lush aquatic habitat, the more you'll learn about plants as well as fish.
As we're leaving today, a couple other additions. I mentioned before, I'm standing on the observation deck. It's nearly complete, just needs a wooden rail. We also have some fencing along the river a little bit upstream here, which also needs a little wooden rail to complete it. And finally, today they are out there actually taking up the final strip of concrete to actually lay down the very edge of the park along Scranton Road. So progress being done on the water, toward the street, and everywhere in between. Thanks for coming. We'll see you soon.